fine. Thank you.
Lagi ra đâu, lagi ra đâu. Lagi ra đâu. Next time you want to see you.
Right, National Park Duck here today. I am Captain Jason. Now, first things first, folks, this thing is called a duck. And because it's called a duck, guess what, folks? It's going to land on water just like a real duck. So it does mean I do have to show you how to put on a life jacket just in case you've never done that before in your entire life. Make it around. Jason, if y'all have any questions at all during the tour, 10 hour, 20 minutes, I'm going to be your babysitter, your bartender, your psychiatrist, whatever you need me, folks. I'm here for you. And I'm sure we all know the name of this street we're on, don't we? On right now, folks, called Central Avenue. Y'all feel that breeze blowing over you? That right there is our central air conditioning system right here today. And ladies and gentlemen, right there to your left, that is Bathhouse Row. I'll tell you more about that. Always called Central Avenue. One time it was called Valley Street. It was called Valley Street, folks. We didn't have a creek right on the side of it. Wide enough to show these ducks side by side. Nowadays, that creek is 10 feet directly below us. But actually, you see right here to your left, those line of trees are you see there today. And ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, when we get back, the best hamburgers in town, where to get that at is right here in front of you on your right hand side. That day will be open tomorrow, so you can go in there and get your hamburger, chili dogs, American dogs, French fries, onion rings, and even have peanut butter jelly sandwiches for the kids. And they also had domestic beer. Gentlemen, while you've been walking up and down Bathhouse Road here, might notice the name Hill Wheatley on several of these buildings. There's a really good reason for that. Mr. Hill Wheatley actually used to own about 70% of downtown Hot Springs. When he passed away 15 years ago, he was pregnant that one that he lived in his days, and he was 99 years old. Lived a long and happy life. And after his funeral, they read his will. He left everything he ever owned or accumulated his entire life to the son of his nephew. And just in case you're wondering, I am not his son or his nephew, because I would not be driving this stuff right now if I was. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're right here to your left. That is Bridge Street. Y'all might have been here last night for the World's Shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade. That's the reason that street is green. St. Patrick's Day green right before St. Patrick's Day Parade last year. Now that parade got started because about 12 years ago, Bridge Street was actually the shortest street in the entire world. When Japan built one 6 inches shorter, it was no longer famous, and the mayor and the city council wanted to make it famous again. So they sat down for a couple of months and come up with the World's Shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade. And it's now a tradition here in Hot Springs. So we always have the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders actually come up here and lead our parade. Then we always have a famous Grand Marshal. Now this year was actually Carmen Electra and Matt Osmond led our parade. Last year was actually Valerie Bertinelli and Flavor Flav. And the year before that was actually Danny Trejo and Cheech and Chong. So folks, pull on our way down here. You can actually open the back of that truck, get all the green bottles, and like, oh, it's just Mount Pleasant water, so let's go. Now in this case, they didn't run into a consequence drinking the Joe water. They always carried a case or two of Mount Valley Spring water on each and every truck. So way you bottle it into the common drink it, figure out the water, and go ahead and let it go. Oh, alcohol is pretty smart old guy thinking outside the box like that. That's when they paid off his taxes, never went to prison. When they finally caught up with alcohol folks and put him in prison, he actually owed the United States government a little over $215,000 in back taxes. That's like going to government over $2 million today in today's money. And we all know how aggressive the IRS will be. We owe them $10 Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are pretty close to where we're going to the water. And at this time, the Coast Guard had this little feeling like we should go through. So, here we go. I am Coast Guard certified, and so is Doug. Just a little bit while on this, Doug, you have plenty of water. In the 30 years of human kind of business, not one time we ever any trouble out on the water. In this case, we do. We have a life jacket over your head. Already showed you how to put on. In case you've already got to put on that life jacket, folks, I'll show you how to do it again. However, on that base case maybe we do have trouble out there on the water. We do have a ledge here on the inside of this duck. I'll tell you to push on that ledge towards the duck. Or folks are out in the water and when I have his windshield down, you can just follow me over a little duck. Just like if he come out there in the water, I will be able to put people on this duck. Whenever we do folks, I'm going to back the duck. 24 inch. 87-pound brass pillar back there. I don't want you to get hurt. And I hope that we are all ready to get into the water. If we're not ready yet, then let's worry about it now. Folks, I hope that we are all ready. We are just about to get into the water. Now, folks, before we get into the water, y'all see a special feature of the Doe? Here's my Amish windshield wiper. Isn't that awesome? Here we go, folks. Alright, folks. Everybody, welcome to beautiful Hamilton. This is medium time. It's like about 494 miles. And the deepest point about 150 foot deep. Just like it's 22 miles long. And a mile and a half widest point. So folks, about 5 miles to the north of us here, we got Lake Catherine. That lake really does classify as a lake. It's only about 60 shore miles and the deepest point only about 50 foot deep. And around there where it's 50 foot deep, folks, is the only spot in the entire lake where it is that deep. There is that lake that's about 40 to 20 feet.